Alright boys, a little tutorial here and it could save somebody's day using the mighty Deus 2. It's pouring the rain here, I'm sitting in my truck. Alright. If you buy a used unit, if you receive a new unit, now remember there could be a component that you receive that is mismatched for version and you could use it. And you would be none the wiser, but it could cause you a problem. We're talking about the WSA headphones here, okay? You see them in my lap. This remote, I'm going to turn it on. You're going to see the version come in down there. 200. That's what's in the remote. Well, the sharpshooter, just a few minutes ago, had version 200 in these WSA headphones. And what the sharpshooter did is he paired these headphones when the 2.0 was in these WSAs and the 2.0 was in the remote. So the sharpshooter intentionally went in the house and put 1.1 in the headphones. Now I turned this unit on. Alright? If a person was sitting over here in this passenger seat and they said, well, sharpshooter, what version what version are you running in your WSAs? They couldn't tell me. Neither can I. I know, though, because I did it. Notice what happens when I hit that button right there, top left for the wireless. Didn't get any prompt to pair, did I? No prompt to pair. So a person may think, oh, my headphones are on 2.0 just like the remote. Well, that's not the case here. I'm going to lay the remote down. Alright. And I'm going to sweep this penny right here over this call and get this camera down here close to these headphones. You hear that? They're working, aren't they? So you could buy a used unit, you could receive a new unit. You could be packing up to take a long-ass vacation, to detect, have fun. You could be going on a longer excursion away from home, away from your computer. Well, as long as you just turn this remote on in this case and use this detector, you would be all right, even though they are mismatched. Okay? Now, how can you tell if they're mismatched? If you receive a unit, how can you tell if they're mismatched? Well, you can't tell by turning the unit on, because when I turn this remote on, these headphones, even though they're in a 1.1 version versus the remote, which is 2.0, they work fine, and I get no prompt for update headphones. So how can you tell? You go to your pairing screen. So if you receive a new unit, if you buy a used unit off of somebody, okay? Now remember, these deals, when they start packaging this stuff, these updates come out, you could receive components that are mismatched. And they could work at turn on, and you wouldn't know any better. But it could cost you your Audi using your wireless headphones or a vacation. So I'm going over here to the pairing menu. You see that there? I'm going to wireless headphones. So I still don't know that these headphones have 1.1 in them. Alright, I'm going to select. I'm going to go down here. Unpair, select. Yes, so I unpaired the headphones. The headphones are going to shut off. Now remember, these have 1.1 in them, and they worked just fine previously in this video, correct? Okay, now I'm going to scroll back. I'm going to turn the Deus 2 off. Now, if you were in the wall with this detector, or you were on vacation, and you did what I just did, and you've got mismatched headphone WSAs and a mismatched remote version number, watch what happens here. Turning on the old remote, you'll see the version 200 coming here. The headphones still have 1.1 in them. I'm going to mash the top left key. Uh-oh, okay, so we're not paired, right? Because I unpaired them. We get that part. Now I'm going to lay that remote right there. I'm going to hold this minus key like it says. I'm holding it. You see the headphones there? You see what it says in that screen? So that's the only way that I can tell if a WSA is packing the same version. When I unpair the components and I come back and try to repair, if they will repair, they're running the same version. So if I was on vacation now, since I unpaired these, not knowing any better, for example, I'm blowed unless I can get to a computer and update those WSA XLs. This is not talked about in the user's manual per se, but some of these versions, they can be mismatched and these headphones will still work. The auto turn on feature will still work. And you may not know any better. And you could have a person, for example, you could do this yourself, by the way. Let's say you're updating your components. For example, let's say tomorrow XP come out with version 3.0. Let's say you got a young child or whatever, you got a wife or whatever, you come home from work, you're updating. You're like, oh, I'm going to update my components. Let's say you got a call and a remote in these WSA XLs. So you get it on your computer and you update your remote. And you're like, oh boy, the baby starts crying, whatever. You have to go tend to that. The phone rings. You come back and you forgot that you didn't update your WSAs. So you unplug your computer because you forgot, you turn on your Deus 2, you go outside or whatever, you use the detector the next day and you're like, oh boy, this thing works like a damn charm. But for some reason, you're on vacation and you slip up, or you're out on an outing and you slip up right there and you unpair your headphones, then you're in trouble. Okay? There's a discussion over there on the Find Mall forum. I'm going to put this video over there. Updating the WSA2 XLs. Follow the directions very carefully doing the update. If you don't, you'll have trouble. Take it from the old sharpshooter. Been there and done that. I hope you enjoyed the video.